the second component is is the order of the information. And one of the and so it's basically starting with the basic data from the history, going into the collected data. And none of that is a cognitive skill. Remember, up to that point, none of it is a cognitive skill. It's just putting data down. That's it. It's about as simple as it gets. An eighth grader could do it. So the cognitive skills of interpretation do not start until the last part of the narrative report. So just remember, we do want to put the data down. Now remember also, one of the major key components of the data, or a couple of key components, is to do not comment on the data as you're putting it down. It's just the data, that's it. You don't want to comment because you don't want to create haphazard confusion. And then the second thing about the data is keep the categories the same. So, let's say if you did 3 re-exams, an initial exam and 3 re-exams, then all the ranges of motion should be right there, starting with the initial range, with the date of the initial range of motion, the date of the first re-exam range of motion, the date of the second re-exam range of motion, and the date of the fourth. They should all the categories should be the same. And that's an example of a category, range of motion. And you would do the same thing with your nerve test, your neurological test, your initial test, your first re-exam, second re-exam date, and the third re-exam date. Keep all your categories congruent and the same. That makes it much easier. And really with the data, all you're doing up front is putting it down, and you're putting a short summary of the positive data. That's it. And with the addendum attached. That's it. So remember, this should be very clean, a lot of white space, a lot of bullets and lists, and all the categories should be the same with consecutive dates. That's what it should be, very easy and pleasant on the eye. And you have to think to yourself, how much do you even want to start reading something or getting involved with something when it's just totally cluttered? You don't. And then we want to make this, the third part of the major equation of the narrative report is making it totally chronological. Remember, we want to put the information in a logical and sequential approach, and that's when we talk about the 6 steps of sequentially and logically building the case to build a strong case. So the case starts to build on itself with the interpretation. But right now, we're still in the data stage. That's it. So this is all should be real simple right now, because we're just talking about organizing data.